Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna message you all, tell you all that I think it's working. Do. You had nothing to do with it, Kayla. I hit record. You need to be working on your homework anyways, dear. Sorry, guys. The stream is working now! Exclamation mark. Alright, let's send that out. Do. Okay, so at least it's working on the program, but it has to work on YouTube. It's not working. I literally just started it, so it should be working. Oh my goodness, I'm not liking this anymore. Offline? No, I should be online. Should be working now. Okay, yeah, no, it's working. It's working now. Offline? Nope. Should be online now. Finally. Yes, I know, Liberty. My bad. Not offline anymore. Just refresh your window. You guys are lucky I like you all. By the way, random shout out. I'm gonna embarrass someone right now. My girlfriend's off in the corner over there doing her homework. So yeah. Alright. Let's see here. Let's open the floor to some questions any of you guys may have. So whenever you can, just type them right into the chat and then we'll go from there. Got a lot of questions, I'm sure. I can give you guys probably about an hour. Blake wishes number 7. Let's go ahead and do number 7, then number 8 and 1. Okay. So starting off with 7, right here, Blake, we gotta go back to our fundamentals. We gotta remember that a full circle is 360 degrees. So for number 7, if you remember, you got 360 minus, now right here I have 60 degrees. I don't know why I used the red pen. I should be using the highlighter. I have 60 degrees here and 82 degrees here. So if I add those two arcs together, that should be 142 degrees. So 360 minus 142, that'll give you 218 degrees. So that leftover chunk, which is this entire section here, is 218 degrees. So A equals 218. Cool. Now is the easy part. Finding angle B. Well, angle B, you have to remember that if it is on the edge of the circle and it's inside, it's called an inscribed angle. And I think I told you guys to think of these as ice cream cones. So where's the ice cream? It's going to be the blue part of your circle. So angle B is looking right at that arc. Well, angle B is going to equal 1/2 of that arc. And that arc is 218 degrees. So B is going to equal 109 degrees. So that's how you would do number 7. See here, number 8. We can go ahead and do that one next, Isaac. Blake, if you still have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. On number 8, Mr. Isaac, my dear friend, there is a special relationship with a circle when there is a quadrilateral inside. One of our corollaries, which if you watch the notes, was about the quadrilaterals and their opposite angles. Riley, the 10.5, 10.6 homework is due tomorrow. I want you to complete the notes when you can. Okay, so right here, Isaac, angle A plus 68 degrees equals 180. Our corollary was that they're always supplementary. So then angle A is going to equal 180 minus 68 degrees. So that should give us a nice 112 degrees. Now finding angle B involves a little more work, but it's not that much different. If you remember the ice cream thing I was telling you about, you want to figure out, well, hey, angle B is right here. And the only other thing that I have with that is this 104 degrees right here. Right now by itself, there's nothing I can do. But what I want to do is I want to say, hey, we can go ahead and create the ice cream here, the ice cream cone. And we know for a fact that that arc that's right out here is what's across from angle A. But what is that relationship? That arc is twice as big as the inscribed angle, or I could say 1/2 of the arc equals the inscribed angle. So we can say 1/2 of B plus 104 equals that angle that it's pointing to. Well, we just found that angle. That's 112 degrees. Also, what's up, Carson? Thanks for joining us. So then here you can either distribute the 1/2, or if you want to get rid of the 1/2, you can say, hey, let's multiply both sides by 2. Boom. Out of the way. B plus 104 equals 224 degrees. Subtract 104 from both sides. So then B is going to equal 120 degrees. So that's how we would do number 8. Let's see here. Number 1. Well, before we go to number 1, since we're on this page, Trinity, we can go ahead and do number 9. Also, for all of you guys that are watching, if at any time you have any questions at all about anything that we're doing, don't hesitate to ask in the chat box. I know there's always the slight delay, but, you know, don't worry about it. I'll try to answer it whenever I can. Liberty, yes, I can do 16 while you're gone, so no worries. So number 9, while we're here, I think that was Trinity asking. Yes, Trinity asked for number 9. So Trinity, we're going to do the same property here. We're going to go ahead and say angle C plus 96 degrees adds up to 180. So C is going to equal 180 minus 96, which that should get you 84 degrees. Mateo, sorry. So then right here, angle D and 100 degrees have to add up to 180. Angle D is going to equal 180 minus 100, which is going to equal 80 degrees. Now in this one, Trinity, we're going to do a couple ice cream cones to help us out here. The first one I'm going to do is the one that I know for sure I have a definite angle for. the 100 degrees with the 99 and angle A. I forgot to do letter C on number 8. Oh, wow. Thanks for that. Yeah, let me jump back to that one real quick. Oh, geez. Good job, Mr. T. Oh, okay. So I'm going to erase some of these markings. No, I won't erase those markings. I'm going to use new markings. So for angle C, I remembered that I can set up my ice cream cone here with this arc out here. So for this arc, the pink arc here, I know that 1/2 of 104 plus angle C has to equal 71 degrees. Now that pink arc is pointing to the 71. That's why I know I can do half of that. Yes, I did. I broke. Wait, Isaac, I broke your heart? Oh man, I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you. Don't worry. Also, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna... Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Okay, so now here, finishing this up for Nicole, multiply both sides by 2. 104 plus C equals 142 degrees. So C is going to equal 142 minus 104, which is going to give you 38 degrees. Number 11. Yeah, so Riley, I'll get to number 11 after I do number 9. Alright, so back to number 9. My bad, everyone. It's been a long day, guys. I just got home like maybe at most an hour ago. I lost 1 subscription. Wow. Thanks, Isaac. Thanks. Wow. He went there. Okay, so back to where we were going to solving angle A. I'm going to say 1/2 of A plus 99. And that's going to equal 100. So again, multiply both sides by 2. So A plus 99 equals 200. Wow, Matthew. Wow. Do your homework and do your notes. Don't be a punk. Okay, it's already bad enough when I don't have students doing their homework. So then A is going to equal 101 degrees. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing for angle B. We're going to look at this outside arc here, because we actually now know about angle A, and we're going to use this ice cream cone. I'm going to amuse you guys by using the Galaxy pen, because I know how much you all love that. Boom, and boom. So for this one, I'm going to say, well, we found angle C earlier. That was our 84 degrees here. So we're going to say that 1/2 of angle B plus 101 equals 84 degrees. The Galaxy pen gives you purpose. Sarah, I'm glad I found some way to give you purpose. You all give me a purpose, believe it or not. You all inspire me to become a better teacher, in spite of you all being little punks and making me grow gray hairs, even though I don't have any. No donations, Isaac. No, I'm not legally allowed to accept them anyways. 168 degrees. So if we want to get angle B by itself, angle B, we take 168 minus 101. That's going to be a nice solid 67 degrees. A true king. Someone sent me this link. Oh, wow, Jordana. Okay, $1, Isaac. You're so funny. So anyways, there we go, Trinity. Hopefully I was able to help you with number 9. Wait, point at the camera. There we go. So let's see here. Going back to the list, finished up number 8, number 7. Is 11 on the same page? Yes, it is. So Riley, we're going to go ahead and do number 11. I promised Liberty we would do 16, but I also have a couple other people that needed number 1. So we'll jump to that. All right. So Riley, we're going to go do number 11. So check this out. This line right here is my diameter. So the moment I see a diameter in a triangle, I'm automatically thinking, oh, there's a right angle involved. So we're going to say C equals 90 degrees. Yay. Next year I'm still teaching geometry, and I'm also teaching a new class called Preparation for Advanced Mathematics. So angle C is 90. You don't need to do any real work there, Riley. To find angle B, though, we're going to need a little bit of work. So check this out. Angle B is formed by creating these two chords. Well, angle B is pointing at 95. So angle B can be found by doing 1/2 of 95 degrees. I know I drew the arrow outward, but the arrow outward was just to point to you and show, hey, this is the arc it's pointing at. But remember, the number is outside. So if I want to go outside in, that's when I do 1/2. So in this case, angle B is going to be, why can't I math? 47.2? Sorry, so 47.5. If an inscribed angle is inside the circle, it doesn't make a right triangle. Yes, that is true, Trinity. The inscribed angle is inside the semicircle. That angle C, will always form a right angle. And yes, that whole thing becomes a right triangle. Now, angle A, we don't need to do any crazy work, because angle A plus the 95 degrees has to equal something. Well, considering I used the word diameter in there, you should be thinking that this diameter cuts the circle in half. So how many degrees are in a half circle? We got 180. So angle A is going to equal 180 minus 95 degrees. So A equals, wow, why can't I math? 85 degrees. All right. So Riley, hopefully I was able to help you. Now let's go back and let's jump straight to number 1. Yes, Isaac, I will jump to 16 after I take care of number 1. Ah, yes, number 1. Okay, so numbers 1, 2, and 3 were the sections in the notes that we did about arc length. That's the same thing as the length of an arc. Now, I looked in my old notes and I realized I had simplified the formula. I didn't want to do it this year because I wanted you guys to understand where the parts of the formulas were. So check this out. The formula in the notes that I've given you were x over 360 times 2 pi r. If you recall, the 2 pi r portion is the circumference. This right here, the x over 360, is the portion of the circle. Portion, or we can say part of a circle. So all the arc length really is it's just a fraction of the circle. Now, I showed the class last year the simplified form of this. If you want me to show you guys the simplified form of this, I'm more than welcome to show you. Just go ahead and say so in the chat, and I'll do so. But for now, we're going to go ahead and use the formula. So in my circle, I've given you the radius of 14 centimeters. So r equals 14. Now right here it says look for the arc length of dB. Well, when you're given two letters, you always find the distance that is shortest between those two. And when I say distance, I'm not talking about a straight distance. That's not at all what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the shortest path you can take on the circle going around it. So right here, I'm looking for that length. Well, that length has a central angle of 130. So x is going to equal 130 degrees. Just plug it in and simplify it. So we're going to have 130 over 360 times 2 pi times 14. Now for most of these answers, we're going to need to keep it in terms of pi and keep it as an exact answer. I don't believe I ever tell you to put it as a decimal. Okay? So for this one here, we need to be smart. Yeah, you have calculators that could do them for you, but there's really no fun in that, in really exercising your mind. So first off, since both 130 and 360 end in a 0, we can cross those out. Now the nice thing is that 13 and 36 have no factors in common because 13 is prime, so I'm going to ignore that for now. The 2 pi times 14, well, I'm going to do just the 2 and the 14, multiply them together. So work-wise, I have 13 over 36 times 28 pi. The last part of the simplification is just simply multiplying the 13 with the 28. Now I could do one step further, and I could actually simplify the 36 and the 28. They are both even. So I know that this is 14, and that's 18. Oh wait, I could simplify them version again. So that'll give me 7 and 9. So now I'm going to do 7 times 13, and keep the 9 down below. I don't know about your version of fun, Mr. T. You're so funny, Sarah. Anyways, so that's going to give us a 1 and 9. So that's 91 pi over 9. Now, because it is a length, we need a unit. So that's 91 pi over 9 centimeters. And boom, we're done. Now, Sarah, if you're still curious about the alternate form of the formula, I can give it to you. And I'm going to show you how you can get it, because it's actually super cool. If I go ahead and I pretend this is over 1, multiply these two across, I get 2 pi rx all over 360. Well, wait. The 2 and the 360 simplify. So this whole formula can simplify to pi rx over 180. Either ways, you're going to have to do work. Alrighty. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do 14, then 16, then 17. So 14, 16, 17. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So check this out. This 230 represents this part of the circle. Y represents the other part of the circle. So what I need to remember is that those two parts need to add up to 360 degrees. So y plus 230 equals 360. So y is going to equal 360 minus 230. So then y is going to equal 130 degrees. That's the easy part. Yay. Believe it or not, x is the same thing as the inscribed angles. X is technically a special case of the inscribed angle. If you take a look at the fact that I have a tangent line here formed with the chord here, that's technically an inscribed angle, and it only happens with tangents. So what we can say is that x is going to equal 1/2 of the intercepted arc. Well, that arc was what we just solved for y. So that's going to be 1/2 of 130. So that's going to equal 65 degrees. So that's how we do 14. We're going to go ahead and do 16 next, and then 17. Ooh, this one looks like one I would easily give you guys on a test. Yeah, we're going to do 16, Isaac. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. Hold on, I'm going to get some water. A little thirsty. Okay. So 16, I've got some work going on. Angle A is an inscribed angle, and it's looking right at 52 degrees. There's my ice cream cone. There's my ice cream. So right here I'm going to say, oh, I'm definitely going to put it on the test now. Thanks, Isaac. All right, so A is going to equal 1/2 of 52 degrees. So A is going to equal 26 degrees. Now angle B, I'm going to need to find this arc measure first in order to find angle B, because angle B is formed from creating this tangent line here with this chord here. Well, the only indicator I have is this section right here, this diameter. Since I have a diameter, that means that this entire thing has to add up to 180. So let's go ahead and find this section here. 180 minus 52. And that should give you a nice solid 128 degrees. So angle B is going to equal 1/2 of 128 degrees. So angle B is going to be 64 degrees, just like the Nintendo 64. Yeah. Angle C is the same logic behind what we did for angle A. I've got my ice cream cone here and here, and then I've got the ice cream right here. Angle C is pointing at 84, so we can go ahead and say that C equals 1/2 of 84 degrees. In 17 is the inscribed angle. B is technically an inscribed angle. The way I defined it earlier, Trinity, is that it's a special case of an inscribed angle. It technically is that because the tangent line forms that relationship with the other chord. Otherwise, you can't use any other relationship with that. Finishing off this one, C is going to equal 42 degrees. Now I'm going to double check and make sure I didn't forget any letters. No, I didn't. All right. So over at 17, we're going to go ahead and do some work. You're funny, Isaac. You're so funny. Okay, so check this out. 44 is the central angle here, which means that the intercepted arc is also 44 degrees. Now for angle A is staring right at that 44. And it's being formed by this chord here and this chord here. That's my ice cream cone. So we can say that angle A is going to equal 1/2 of 44 degrees. So that's going to be 22. Now for angle B, I need to find the missing arc, which is right here, the pink highlight. So that pink highlighted section comes from the back, and let's just call that X, because why not? X plus 44 plus 106 adds up to 360. We have a full circle again. So by solving it, I get 360 minus 150. So then X is going to equal 210 degrees. So for 210 degrees, I can't write, there we go. Angle B is going to equal 1/2 of 210. So that's going to give us a nice 105 degrees. So there's 17. Yee. So let's see here, we did 14, we did 16, we did 17. Let's see here. Is there anything else that any of you little critters would like me to cover in terms of helping you out with your homework or even with your notes? Whatever you need, I'm here for you. Sure, we could do 15, Isaac. So let's see there. Okay, so Isaac, do you see that 110 is actually inside of the circle? And not only is it inside of the circle, it's the angle that's formed by this tangent in this chord. So technically 110 is an inscribed angle, technically speaking. So to go from 110 of the inscribed angle to the arc, which is this orange highlighted section, I have to work backwards. Are 13 and 15 done the same way as 14? Essentially, yes, it's the same process. So for 15, this orange section, Isaac, 110 times 2. You're going to double the inscribed angle to get the arc measure. So that's going to be your 220 degrees. And yes, I will explain more as much as you need to. You just tell me what you need. So the orange arc right now is 220 degrees. To find the measure of the arc that Y represents, I need to use the fact that I have a full circle. So Y plus 220 equals 360 degrees. So Y is going to equal, why can't I math, 140 degrees. Now there are technically two ways to get X. If you remember that a tangent line is a straight line, then from the get-go you could say, oh, 110 plus X has to add up to 180. Which is most certainly true. You're going to have to do that. You can do it that way. The other way of doing it was going from where we're at. If I know that this is 140, well then I can go downward from the arc, from the green arc, to angle X. So I can say that X equals 1/2 of that arc, which is 140 degrees, which is going to give me 70 degrees. Which, if you think about it, was the same thing as what we kind of said before. This forms a straight line. So 110 plus X equals 180. x equals 70. These are both valid solutions. Did anyone want me to do 13 while I was on this page? You don't count. Correct, Isaac. Either one works. You can use the fact that you have a straight angle, or you can work around the circle. I personally like working around the circle because we're using our properties of our circles. Samantha says yes. Let's do it. Number 13. Oh my goodness. Sorry, that might have like destroyed your speakers. Okay. So Samantha, 246 degrees is the measure of this arc. That arc is formed by the chord here and the tangent line here. So quite simply put, if I want to go from the arc to the angle, I have to take 1/2 of it. And there you have it, simply put. The yawn caused a small hurricane. Oh my gosh. My student Sarah. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you. Yes, please. Oh, Alyssa, I think you're late. I don't know what you're saying yes, please to. I already did 13. I already did 14 and 15. Boba T wants to do number 10. We could do 10. Alyssa, if you could explain your question, then maybe I could help you out. Because I'm not sure what it is you speak of. Resisting every urge. Resisting every urge. Ah! Trinity, this one's going to be... Oh gosh, thanks guys. Okay, so Trinity, this one's going to be super easy because one of our corollaries states that if you have two different inscribed angles and they intercept the same arc, then believe it or not, they're going to have the same measure. But we have to be careful. We can't just assume, oh, x is 72, y is 72. We can't do that. Remember, 72 is the arc. So we're going from there to there. So x is going to equal 1/2 of 72 degrees. So without doing any actual work, because I know the property is going to hold true still, y is going to equal 36 degrees. Small hurricane in your room. You're so funny. This is what happens. I give up my sleep to help you all. And then you guys make fun of me. It's okay, I don't care. No one was speaking to you, Kayla. Alright, we're going to do number 18, yes. So, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so if you go back to the definitions of an arc measure, versus an arc length, you'll remember that I talk about... oh, sorry, Isaac, I was confused. I didn't know who wrote I lost, and then it would help if I read your name. Yeah, so arc measure is usually what we use to describe how many degrees that the arc has. So for instance, if we have a circle with, let's say, some central angle here of, let's say, 70 degrees, well, we would say that the measure of that arc is 70 degrees. Yes, Trinity, those corollaries are important. You better know them off the top of your head. Now, an arc length, Isaac, if you remember, we go back into whatever we say. Let's say that we know our radius is 2. And again, let's just use the same angle as 70. So arc length, remember, that's when you use that formula, 2 pi, wow, let me try this again. X over 360 times 2 pi r. So for this one, if you plug it in, without even really doing any work, you'll notice that your answer does not even come close to looking the same, right? And that's because an arc measure tells you how many degrees of a full circle that arc takes up, whereas an arc length tells you how long is an arc. So Carlos is correct in saying that he disagrees with Luke because Luke is claiming that they're equal. The only time that arcs are ever congruent are if they are in congruent circles, but we don't always necessarily know if they're congruent circles, right? You would only know that if you knew their radiuses. You're busy doing tech skills. Pro tip, Isaac, don't lose. Okay, so that should be enough work for you if you need that. Alyssa wants number 6. Yes, we can do number 6. Ooh, this one's a nice one. You always get top 8. Okay. Alright, so number 6, Alyssa, my dear child, if you notice that angle A, this is my ice cream cone. Here's my ice cream. 108 to angle A, we're going to do 1/2. That was easy. Yay. We're going to do the same thing for angle B. I got the ice cream cone here, and I've got my ice cream right here. So 60 degrees is right there. I don't know. Oh, Hungry Box. I thought you said I always go to Hungry Box, not you always lose. Okay, sorry. So angle B is going to equal 1/2 of 60 degrees. So angle B is going to be 30 degrees. Now angle C is kind of hard to tell, but it's actually pointing at this corner here. And let's use the Galaxy pen. You guys pay more attention to that anyways. Angle C is pointing to that angle there. Well, if you'll notice, Alyssa, the two chords that we have highlighted, the orange and the yellow one, where they meet forms my favorite theorem, the vertical angle theorem. So if I kind of redraw that triangle over here, I know that this is 30 degrees. This is 54 degrees. We're going to solve for this angle here. So we can say 180 has to equal x plus 54 plus 30. And so then x equals 180 minus 84 degrees, and that's going to equal 96 degrees. So if that angle is 96 degrees, then angle C is also 96 degrees. Boom. Done. Alright. Hopefully that was helpful to you, Alyssa. Keyword is hopefully. Yeah, I gotta thank you. Alright. We've covered a lot of these problems, haven't we? Yeah, we have. So it looks like... Yeah, we basically covered all the hard ones. So... just finished the homework. Yay. You're welcome, Trinity. Maybe what, Isaac? I'm sorry. Challenge you to Smash Brothers Brawl. been way too long. I would not win at that at all. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and bug me tomorrow. Tomorrow's a normal day. We're going to have our full hour and a half of class. We don't need to worry about rushing anything. No money match, Isaac. I'm going to lose to you. I know you told me to be confident, but I haven't played Smash in a while, so I'm not going to beat you this time. But, yeah, just bug me anytime tomorrow, guys, or Friday. I'm going to double check the calendar because I think our test is supposed to be... Let me double check. Our test is supposed to be next week, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe. I'm going to double check that. After that, we have a short unit. And then what I have planned for us is for the week of the 21st through the 24th, that Monday through Thursday, those 2 days will be review days for our final. We're going to have a free response final, just like last time. That's going to be a performance task type of thing, so you're going to carry your answers all the way through, and you're going to use everything you've applied, and I will be giving you partial credit. And then, of course, you have your multiple choice final, which you will do on the day of the final. I won't be answering any questions on that day. You guys will just come in, take the final, and then enjoy your summer. And I will definitely be enjoying that too. All right, and if you guys have any questions, take care. And I'm gonna make a fool out of myself right now. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment in the section. Tell me what was your favorite part of the video. Did you enjoy all the jokes? Did you enjoy the math? Tell me what you like, man. Tell me what you enjoy. All right, talk to you later. Peace out.
Bye.
Shh, bad. Oh, I lost a sub. Whatever. Bye, guys.